Ladies and gentlemen, this is a continuation of a tape that I was producing for minorities that cut short a moment ago, so I'm trying to pick it up. And I might edit it. If I do, you don't hear any of this. If I don't, you hear this because it wasn't connected together. But the message, let me continue it. You see, and I want minority people to understand, in America today, I was listening to some documentary, and it indicates that the Delta, Mississippi Delta, is the poorest part in the nation, and that's where I come from. And I came from there over a half century ago, and it's rated today as the poorest part of the United States of America. So, what do those people in Mississippi have to be excited about? When the president talks about spending billions of dollars to kill other folks to do to them what has been done to Mississippi. What is that? One other thing I want to say, and I want you to understand why I say this. There is no difference, really, in the Confederate flag and the United States flag. Now, we say that the Confederate flag represents a whole bunch of situations and times that we'd like to disassociate ourselves from. What is that? The slaves in the cotton fields? Only thing they are being provided is resources just to make the next day's work, and the next days and the next weeks and the next years. Nothing about developing their lives beyond being a mule or a horse or a wagon. Not, they didn't have the luxuries of a dog. They had to be a mule or a wagon or a horse. Maybe a cow. And so, after the struggles, all of this fighting, dying, for what? For the South to give up their legal slaves, still had slaves, still got slaves, and all of this fighting for the other side was the winner. What happened? How did the slaves benefit? I think that when I look at the people today in the industries and the businesses, I see people working in social work. I see people teaching. I see people having all kinds of various jobs who used to be in the field. And now they feel that when they look up that American flag, it represents them. I say not. I say that American flag, that when I walk out of my house, my neighbor has posted right outside of his house, and a neighbor down the street has another American flag posted outside of his house. And I noticed that each one of those people that got those American flags posted out, they try to set themselves out as being something special, the special people in the community. Well, a lot of them, with the flags I see, seem to, by the way they front out, it's like they got a little bit more money than others. But when I see those flags, I don't see any difference between those flags and the Confederate flags. Because I still see poverty. It doesn't make any difference because you say, okay, well, this year, rather than have 1,000 black slaves, we're going to have 750 black slaves and the rest in white slaves. What's up with that? Or we're going to have 500 black slaves and 500 white slaves. What's up with that? Or you're going to have 100 black slaves, 900 white slaves. What up with that? You haven't changed. You still a slave-producing nation. When people have no decision-making power, when they walk around still suffering, what does your flag represent? Your flag does not just represent the rich. Your flag represents the poor. America is a poor, rich nation where 1% of its people are very, very rich. The rest of them going through some terrible times and the rest of them going through the worst times you can imagine. That's the American flag. Where is a flag where there's peace and prosperity and justice within the continental borders? Where is there a flag where everybody got a job of their own choosing and excited about it? Where is there a flag where everybody have unlimited, unrestricted education, health care, food, clothing, and shelter? Where is that flag? Can't that flag exist amongst human beings? Well, that's the flag that I'm advocating for, ladies and gentlemen. And I need your support because I can't produce that flag. It'll take all of us to produce that flag. All of us who say we're good people. All of us who say we are not for Nazism and Ku Klux Klanism and white supremacyism and white nationalism. All of those who say we are not for that. We must come together and stand together for the benefit of every American. That those things that are coming for existence be dealt to them in the abundance that is required. And that all of these be met by putting people to work as if we set up a draft and say everybody got to go through the military. Everybody got to work. But not just any job. A job of your own choosing that gives you the greatest pleasure. And it works. It allows you to put your hands in the creative process of the goods and services that we the people need. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you one other thing. Everybody who came with that money thing is a demon-led idea. Money, most folks think that money comes from heaven. That the ideal of money came from heaven. They say that in the Bible, Jesus say, pay your taxes, pay to Caesar what Caesar is Caesar's. Well, Caesar came up with the money. You accepted it. So Jesus saying, you playing the game, play the game. Render to God that which is God. When you stop playing to God, then start acting like a man for God. And stop playing these silly, stupid games by humankind to screw over people. I want to say a bad word. These games to screw over people. I know some of you real decent folks don't want to hear me say it. But I got to say it. Fuck over folks. That's what the human race is doing. They're fucking over one another. There's no better way to say it. I know you think you decent. You'd rather say something that don't tell it like it is. You want to be politically correct. I want to be correct. You Americans who got something going, you are fucking over the rest of America. You Americans who being fucked over, you are allowing these Americans to fuck over you the same way slaves allowed the slave owners to fuck over them. There's no difference in any of you. And every last one of you who are being fucked over right now should rather be dead than to let somebody rob you of your damn life. And if you stand up for your life and they kill you, God will give you your life. Stand up for your life and they kill you, God will give you your life. I know you don't believe that. I know you don't believe that. You'll sit here and suffer your butt till you can't suffer no more, trying to hang on to something that you don't even know what is. Now, for me to be talking about peace, prosperity, and joy, and trying to keep things promising, this might not sound like the message that you think is associated with that. But when you're talking to a bunch of deaf, blind people, you have to speak with a different kind of language. If I was talking to the people who could see, I wouldn't even be talking about the subject because we would know they could see because of the peace and the prosperity and the joy. But we have none of that. So I'm talking to the blind, deaf, and dumb. I'm going to go and stop this because I can't think of nothing decent to say to people who are not decent. Bye-bye.